Let's look at all the 6 games played by Vaishnavi in the tournament, just so we can understand how it was for the champion from the beginning to the end of the tournament. She started a campaign with Adri 10, Adrit. Let's see how it went. E4, E5. I haven't also seen any of these games yet, so it will be the first time I'm seeing them, and we'll find out together how she won all these games and drew the last round. If needed, we'll take the help of the engine. Right? So knight f knight c6, bishop c4, h6, anti-flight lever system. c3, knight f6, d4, e5, knight h7. Pawn takes back. This looks good for Adrit, right? Maybe here knight c3 was better. That bishop could be useful. It's looking at h6. Okay, now she challenges the advanced pawn. This is something you got to do, either with f6 after king h8 or directly d6. d5. So d5 was a mistake. It's just a free pawn. So Adrit just dropped a free pawn. Now you can see how she just runs away with the game. That's too much weakening of the king side. G3 was not needed. Now you can see all these weak squares, and this pawn is already controlling f3. C3. Interesting move. Knight c7 would not really help much. Rook c8. Queen f5. Now she's preparing for knight g4, I suppose. Or bishop g4. Rook d8 first, developing all the pieces. Wow. What? Why? Oh, this is wonderful, right? Rook d2. What an unbelievable move. So the threat is queen f3. So if queen takes rook, then queen f3 just makes a checkmate, and Adrit cannot stop it. So he moved to e3, and then knight g4 came. Queen moved to f4. I guess now queen takes, pawn takes, and then rook f2 should be enough. And it's just a great position. e3. So she's not giving up the grip of the position. She gets a piece there. Just preparing rook d2, pawn e2, rook d1. Maybe rook d2 would have been better, or just push the pawn and then rook d1. Maybe. I think she's going to play f4 checkmate or h5 and then f4 checkmate. e2 now. Okay. And here Adrit resigned. So once again, going back to that unbelievable move. Where was that? Here. After queen e2. It didn't even occur to me that somebody could play like this move. Maybe if you think it, you might find it, but how much time did she take for this? 50 seconds. 44 seconds. That's good. Rook d2 found in just 44 seconds. And Adrit had to take like more than a minute to decide that he cannot take it. Because if he takes it, then queen f3 and that's mate. So that was a first round win. She started the tournament in style. Now let's see the second round. This was against Aro Rastogi. We have a Philidor defense from Aro. Allowing knight g5. How do you stop knight f7 or bishop f7 now? So just like that, she's up a pawn. Because the opening was bad by black. First of all, Philidor is a very passive defense. And allowing knight g5 seems to be a mistake. Just an excellent position. So Aro was trying to castle queenside and then attack on the king side. So Vaishnavi is waiting before this is done. So maybe she wants to play bishop out and then queen out and castle queenside to reduce the risk of getting blown over the board by these black pawns and pieces. Bishop e3. Yeah, she's going for that. Knight d5. Castle is long. So that's a sign of a very practical player, just playing it safe. She's got the pawn, great position, and she doesn't want any dynamic situation where both sides attack and somebody just wins by luck. There was a threat. Of course, one thing you to understand here is bishop takes pawn is never possible because b6 would trap that bishop. So she of course knows that. Queen a5, threatening queen a7, a6, king b1. When you castle queenside, you want to make this move to save. Keep the king safe. Asking for next exchange of queens, of course she would take it. She's up a pawn, and it's just a nice position for white. The pawns are also undoubled now, and everything is good. But how is she gonna win this? I guess Saro makes it easier for her because now the d file is going to open up, and it's Arrow who made that happen. She didn't even have to play c5 and open the position. That was a plan for white, but Taro did it and made it easy for her. Just an endgame with 2 extra pawns, and the knight's almost trapped. Okay, not really. And now it's trapped. The knight's trapped. Just quickly see how she finished it. And we have a queen, and he did not resign, making her take the second queen. Then we have a checkmate. So that was the second round. Third round. This was tough. This was against Yatin. Let's see what happened. Knight f3, knight bishop. Again, she plays the same system. Queen d5. Now he can play knight d6, right? Or how does he save the knight? Knight g5 doesn't work. Bishop takes. Okay, queen e7. That's also fine, right? Castles. Knight takes. Castles. Queen f3. So this is actually 1 pawn up for Yatin. Sorry. There's a 1 pawn up for Vaishnavi. Sorry, my bad. So she's up by a pawn. So that means in the opening, this was a mistake. Knight e2 was a mistake because it's just a free pawn for Vaishnavi. Even in this round, she gets a free pawn and then she exchanges queens. It's the same story almost. Oh, allowing knight c7. Why? Was there no way to defend knight c7? I guess not. Oh yeah, I guess there's no way to defend knight c7. If you don't move the rook, then knight c7 will come and there'll be a fork. So she moves the rook and then moves his rook. Now it's equal, right? Both pawns are weak. Now she gets 1 pawn and the other one is also a target now. And that's gone. The pawn is gone. He could have played rook f4 at least. Now it's just 1 pass pawn and it should not be a difficult. King f1 was a blunder by Yatin. So now bishop check and then rook check and that's it. Just checkmate, basically. That was the third round. So after day 1, she was on 3 out of 3 along with many others. Now comes the crucial day 2. The day started with Advait, round 4. We have a Gecko piano. Opening goes on without any big developments. The pieces are slowly becoming active, and now that rook lift was very nice. Without letting anybody know, the rook has gently slipped to the king side, and it's making threats. Queen d2, threatening queen h6. And this is where Advait makes a blunder, knight to d7. Because now rook g7 happens. So there Advait could have just played king h8 or king h7 to avoid queen h6. But he moves a knight thinking he's defending the pawn with the rook. So queen h6 is not possible. But then he forgot that g7 is being attacked by 2 pieces when the knight moved. And from here, she just brings a queen closer. Now rook h7, rook check, queen there. Now it just complete crushing of the pieces. All the pieces just drop off very fast and we have a checkmate. This is a very nice move because now bishop e7 is a checkmate. There's nothing black can do about it except to play pawn b6, I guess. And then he gives up the queen, but still the same checkmate happens. Bishop e7, game over. Now comes the 5th round against Ahan. Ahan has had the better of her in the past, sometimes, but he has never been able to, win. At least not in the recent past. He's not been able to convert the good positions into a win. Let's see what happened here. She plays the same modified lever system, which is a little passive, not ideal, and that's why she gets a slightly passive position out of the opening. But now this allows the black player to take more control of the center, this pawn. Bishop check, bishop b7, bishop takes, queen takes, castles, bishop b7, and black is just in time to castle. Knight e2, rook b1, b8. So this position looks good for black because the center is in black's hands. See, the pieces are just taking full control of the center. There was a threat, f6 defends it. Okay, bishop d4, inviting bishop takes bishop, then pawn will take back. Knight e6, and now knight. You can see that the black pieces are completely enjoying the center control. They're dancing around the center as if to say that the center is all mine, and I can do whatever I want in the center. And here already it's difficult for white. Queen d3 to defend the c2 pawn. Bishop takes, pawn takes, knight e2. Queen g4. You can see just like in the Advaita game that the pieces are just creeping into change from slow, steady development to attack, to aggression. Queen takes, and again a queen exchange happens. Knight c3, and then the pawn is gone. e2 pawn is gone. Rook takes. So she's again up by a pawn. Knight comes back. If bishop takes this pawn, then knight takes pawn, I guess. And then rook c1, knight b4 is there. So it's fine. Knight goes there. Still, white could have taken this pawn. Why not? But then c3 will fall. Okay. Now rook e2. Rook c2. The pawn falls. The c3 pawn is gone. Just a endgame. So the king is coming up to the board. Knight takes. Bishop takes. Rook takes. Rook takes. Rook f4. Rook c4. b5. Now a hand just goes into a pawn endgame, which is completely winning for black, for Vaishnavi. So here Vaishnavi could have just, here Vaishnavi could have just pushed the pawn, or just played king f5, king c4. Yeah, this would have been better. This would have been easier to win, isn't it? King c4. Yeah, king c4, king d2, king d4, king here. Okay, then we cannot go forward. Okay, so she had calculated all this, I suppose, and she went here, which is the easier win, I guess. Now she gets a pass pawn, and that pawn should be enough to win the game. There are two pass pawns, and she can promote either one, and she wins the game. And that sets it up for the final round of the tournament against Siddharth. A tough match for her. And Siddharth also recently hasn't won against her, I suppose. But he has had good positions. But what has happened is he would get the good position, but then time would run out, almost run out, and either he would offer a draw or she would have to draw, and the game would be drawn. So here, let's see what happened. Siddharth plays a Sicilian as always, and we have a decent position. Both sides castle. Exchange of bishops. Now the pawn structure is a little bad because normally you want to play a takes b3, but here the a pawn is already moved, so c takes had to be played. Bishop takes, rook takes. Knight e2, knight g3, rook c6. So you can see that black is trying to take control of the center, of the c file. So white has to immediately act. Vaishnavi has to act immediately. She does it, and when rook c8, she just challenges the c file equally. Now both of them have equal control of the c file. Rook takes, rook takes, rook takes, pawn takes. Position is better for black. Black queen is more active. The knights are also a little, they're both equally active, right? But the queen is a difference here, I suppose. Knight takes pawn, and the pawn is gone. Was there any way to save this pawn? There was queen d3, but then knight f4. So she decided to go for knight f5. But now Siddharth is up by a pawn, and he plays some nice moves here. Knight f4. A very nice move because, of course, queen takes knight e2 check will win the queen. So she goes back. Siddharth comes to queen c6. Here she jumps to f5. Here knight e2 check was played. This was not the right move for Siddharth. What he could do, what is a threat here? Knight takes pawn is a threat, right? So maybe here he could go back to e4. He is 2 pawn. How many pawns up? 2 pawns up, right? 2 pawns up, just go back. That would have been an okay position for him. And everybody is defending each other if he goes back to e4. But after knight e2, the position is a little loose. So pieces are not that coordinated. How do you defend d6? That's another thing. So here Siddharth offered a draw, and happily Vaishnavi took it because she just needed a draw to win the tournament. She was on 5, Siddharth was on 4. So with this draw, she won the tournament, and that was her fourth championship in the summer tournaments.